Hello and welcome to the Philippines. We're going to travel from IT Park to Uptown Cebu City. IT Park, going by scooter. And IT Park is like a city within a city. It's a big business district, similar to Cebu Business District, where the large Ayala Mall is. Just to my right is a little bit smaller Ayala Mall in the center of, in fact, I think it's called what, Center Block? I'm not absolutely positive, but it's a mall in IT Park. IT Park, back in the old days, was an airport actually, and yeah, a lot of restaurants there. I know many expats and tourists like to stay in IT Park. Um, Territories like this, they actually have their own police force, and they can issue tickets, arrest people. They've got all that type of thing, and it is generally cleaner than a business district. Generally, is cleaner, quieter than many other parts of the city. There's a number of many commercial buildings, call centers here, but there's call centers all over Cebu City, Mandaue City, and other cities in the Philippines. And anyway, I was over here. I've been over there a number of times, every few months at least. I go over, do a video of a condominium, something like that, visit somebody I know over there. And this is the first time in a long time that I've actually taken time and really walked around. And boy, there's some major changes there. And I will be doing additional videos. There are a couple different serviced apartment type places. I'll put some information up about. Some of you might be interested. There's a mega sports complex that offers all kinds of things. This older condo right here, the Sentinel. I've done, I think, like 4 different videos in there. Larger, a little older, larger units. And I would have been staying there a few years ago, but the lady, Filipino lady, lived in the U.S., would not negotiate at all. So I walked away from that deal. But it is, yeah, they're generally larger units, which is unusual. These newer ones are quite small generally. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments always help the algorithms. And yeah, I put about 3 videos up a week. Building right here on the right, that's Avenir. It's marketed, and they've all sold out actually as a business condominium, but you can also have your residence there. They've got a rooftop uh, bar restaurant type area up there, and they got a new condominium right there going on. I need to find out where their model units are and do a video there. That's part of what I did in IT Park. There are a number of developers that have their model units there. I took videos, got some details on their different buildings, and I'll be doing in the coming week or two, putting up more real estate videos. And yeah, I do real estate, cost of living, travel videos, weather, climate type videos, news videos, lots of different things. And if you want to support the channel, in the lower left hand corner there is a subscribe button. There's a join button, actually, join button. And over in the right hand column, I think there's a heart you can use. Otherwise, in the first comment of every, and in the description, there's a link to buy me a coffee and or PayPal. And really appreciate those that help support the channel. Anyway, this is Cebu City. I've been here 10 years. I've seen a lot of changes, lots and lots of new condominiums. And many of you know that Manila has a many-year, multi-year oversupply of condominiums. And there is that discussion, is that happening here? You've got another thing going on, the fewer tourists this year, and nitro building, and we're coming upon off to the left, Cebu Business District. That's where the big Cebu Ayala Mall is. And Ayala basically, I believe they own and manage both of those, IT Park and Cebu Business Park. These buildings coming up here, Park Lane, far right, Mandarin Hotel, the pointy one there. And the next one we just passed is the Quest, popular with, all of those are pretty popular with expats and tourists coming here. I've heard from some of my contacts that some of my friends and contacts that some of the people since the earthquake here a while back, and it was it was interesting to say the least. And but it wasn't nearly as bad as the one back in 2013. Everybody that experienced the one in 2013 said that was much worse, and that did very little damage just to a very small number of buildings in Cebu. So this one was much less. And but they're telling me that yeah, many people have canceled if they have rented a condo or hotel room on, and it turns out to be on upper floors. They have canceled those reservations. The earthquake scared them out. Same thing happened in Thailand here. What in the last year or so when Myanmar, their neighbor, had an earthquake and a building collapsed. A large building collapsed under construction. I did research. They were using the real wide span members, very wide span members, similar to a building that collapsed in Florida a number of years ago. Some of the engineering on these things, you might be able to prove that something will work with mathematics, engineering. I manage a scaffold shore forming and shoring company in Phoenix, Arizona, and my engineer told me we can prove through engineering mathematics that this stuff shouldn't hold up, but we know from experience that it does. And we did a shoring and forming job on that wasn't our specialty, but we bid on a job. We got half of a building. I think it was Safeway, the pros that they do a lot of that. They did the other half of the building. Their half of the building fell down. And yeah, my engineer come and got me, and we went and looked at the project. Nobody was hurt or killed, I don't think. But and my salesman was complaining that we over-engineered it. He said, "You're never going to get another job like this. You over-engineered it." Well, engineering is a tricky thing. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I have walked these streets many, many, many times. I walked by buildings. There are buildings I can see from my balcony, and just a strong wind should have blown them over years ago, and they still stand. And through the earthquake and through the typhoon, these dilapidated buildings are still standing. So I am pretty confident that these much stronger buildings, unless you get a 8, 9 type of quake, and I've been told over the years by all these developers that they should be built to an 8.2 quake, and that's extremely, extremely rare. I think one happened off of Japan a number of years ago. Had a big tsunami out of that, killed tens or hundreds of thousands of people. But life has its risks, and the typhoons, the earthquakes and the typhoons don't affect most of the people most of the time. So you manage your risks. I lived in, I've been real close, heard one tornado up in Minnesota, USA, Minnecolda, years ago. Man, it sounded like a freight train going over our house. We were very fortunate, took a few shingles off. And another one that went through a number of years later took out much of our trees in our grove right next door. And I've seen a couple of others. Typhoons, at least you get some warning. You can plan a little bit. But there's a corner there, Howling Dog 1, over to the right down the street block, Howling Dog 2. And I had a friend who used to like to go there, but anyway, we more and more we hang out. If we want some drinks, we go to the Social or 301 Ramos Street Bar, something like that. Another bar back in there. It's changed names and ownership a number of different times. More of a Filipino style bar, mostly Filipinos in there, I think, still. Those buildings kind of center left, that is the condominium City Clow. I think it's 3 or 4 condo buildings and 1 commercial building. They have occupied the one with the lights on there. They've got some people occupied there. Travel Bee Hotel right to the right. I've done a video in there. I've done a video in City Clow here. And yeah, interesting place. Check out my condos. I've done dozens of condo videos. And you know, over the years, prices have gone up. Prices have gone up. I think with the issues with tourism and wages around the world, economy around the world, they've got to level off. My opinion only. Condotel there. Condotel is where you own the condo, but the company rents them out for you and then shares the revenue with you. Condotels. Anyway, we share the road here. We share the road literally here in the Philippines, and generally doesn't cause any road rage. And the guys get over when they have to, but they use oncoming lanes of traffic. Still very few traffic signals, stop signs, and one side sticks their nose out, and they let them go for a while. The other side sticks their nose out. Anyway, we're getting close, coming up to Ramos Market. Ramos Market. I live on Ramos Street. Ramos Market. In fact, I went. Hey, they see the camera. Guys see the camera. Got a wave. Ramos Market. Went over there and bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a bunch of cabbage and other stuff. Cabbage. I'm going to make some. Tomorrow I'm going to make some sauerkraut. I've been getting pretty good at that. I made some really good pickles last time, and they came out. Sometimes they don't come out so good, but this time they came out real good. Sometimes walking in the street is less of a hazard than walking on these sidewalks that have so many obstacles in them. This is Ramos Street. And that tall building there, that is City Suites, sometimes called Ramos Tower. 301 Bar is up here on the right, a couple of blocks. Anyway, thanks for coming along. We'll see you in the next video. Y'all take care.